What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the interweb? So, first things first, today we're talking about Dino Crisis. Supposedly, Dino Crisis has been leaked for a reboot or a new game or a remake or something in the series, and we know this just because of all these leaked Microsoft E3 stuff that's came out. There are supposedly people that's even seen videos of this stuff in action. So there are bigger YouTubers that are already kind of pretty much confirming it. So, I mean, we've not had straight confirmation yet, which we obviously will not have straight confirmation, but we pretty much have confirmation at this point that Dino Crisis is getting rebooted, remade, restarted, a new game, whatever you want to call it. And I think that is an excellent decision on Capcom's behalf. So, this year, at the very beginning of this year, Resident Evil 2 Remake came out. And what is special about Resident Evil 2 Remake? It's the first good Resident Evil game since Resident Evil 4. That has been a really long time. Resident Evil 5 was okay, and then it's been straight downhill ever since then. Resident Evil 7 came, and it's like they just opened up the trash and just like threw everything in. It was like, hey, got Resident Evil 7, enjoy. Pretty much what happened with Resident Evil 7. But now that Dino Crisis, it looks like, is going to be brought back into the mixture. That means we're going to have two phenomenal survival horror games to play. I mean, I'm only 21, so I'm not going to sit here and act like, I was there when Dino Crisis was popular, because I wasn't. I didn't play it till like 2006, 2007, around there. But that was still such a fun game, even when I was playing it, way past its prime. It's a game that was lost in time forever. But now it appears that this game is, getting life breathed back into it. And that's pretty exciting. I mean, I don't know about you, but I get pretty excited when games get remade or are getting a remaster or something. I mean, I bought Resident Evil 4 like 15 times at this point. Like, literally. Same with Final Fantasy X. So, with the news that Dino Crisis is getting remade, that kind of makes me question now, one, how fast can I pre-order it? Two, what's it gonna be like? Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 1, both had remakes. The remake to Resident Evil 1 is trash, but the remake to Resident Evil 2 is godlike. So when Dino Crisis gets its remake, if it's a remake, that's what we're going to talk about first. If it's a remake, is it going to have its own complete play style? Or is it going to play in the same style as Resident Evil 2? I think if Capcom is going to be smart about it, I think it would play in the exact same style as Resident Evil 2. Leave Call of Evil in the trash where it belongs. Just pretend Resident Evil 6 and 5 does not exist, and then just look at Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 2 Remake. Combine those, make something grand, and boom, that's a perfect Dino Crisis remake. But then, beyond that, what if it's a brand new entry into the series? That is when they could actually take some different liberties. If they want to do a first-person shooter for a Dino Crisis reboot, I think that could work. I think Dino Crisis is the only game that could work in, but at the same time, I don't really see a need for Dino Crisis to be a first-person shooter. It should definitely be a third-person shooter, because then you get to take in the entire environment. If you are in first person, they could do a VR mode, and VR looks like it's going to be here to stay. I mean, it looks like it was a gimmick a couple years ago, but now it might actually be here to stay. But going beyond that, as I was saying, Dino Crisis would work well in VR, and it would work well in first person. It would work even better in third person because you get to, view the environment and, just take it in. Look at the artist's work and be like, hey, that's neat. And then just keep going on, and it could be pretty grand. It could be pretty fun. I would prefer it in third person. I mean, worst case scenario, this is a remaster and it's getting ported to Nintendo Switch and Xbox One with like the original PlayStation 1 version, just like what happened with the PlayStation Vita. That would suck. That would absolutely suck. Because now going back to play these games, they don't hold up. They really do not hold up. Trying to play these now is like trying to shave with like a pickaxe. It really just does not work. It just does not work. All in all, I am extremely excited for the Dino Crisis, whatever it's gonna be. I'm hoping for a remake. Like, fingers crossed that it's a remake. If they remake the first Dino Crisis now, and then in 2022 or 2021, probably more likely 2022, Dino Crisis Remake 2 comes out, and then in like 2024, 2025, we get a new Dino Crisis game, That would be awesome, because that would give them 6 years to make a phenomenal Dino Crisis story, and Dino Crisis could get the treatment and the love that it deserves instead of being left out to rot like pretty much every other game of the 90s was. I mean, I think the only games that survived from the 90s is pretty much everything Nintendo has. Resident Evil, Street Fighter, of course, Metal Gear Solid, and like a handful of other stuff. Everything else was like lost in time. And it's really exciting that if this leak is true, that Dino Crisis is back from the dead. That is very good. That is a very happy moment in the world of gaming. It's going to be an exciting E3 this year if that thing gets announced. I am looking forward to it so much. But with that being said, are you excited for the Dino Crisis remake, reboot, remaster, whatever it may be? Let me know in the comments down below. And try not to die. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.